Hello everybody, it's me Jill, back at it again with another banger as normal. Basically today I will be talking about the lost colony of Roanoke. Yes! We all know the story, and if we don't, I'll tell you about it. So basically, I'm here to tell you everything exactly what happened, because I know everything, because I'm a little nerd. But basically, if you've never heard of the lost colony of Roanoke, I have some information about it, from a really good source if you want to look it up. This is where I got all my information. It was from the Encyclopedia Britannica. There's an article by Jonathan Hodgeback called The Lost Colony of Roanoke. Really good information, gives you a little bit of background, but if you don't feel like doing that, I'll explain right now. So basically, in 1587, a group of Englishmen came to the New World in search of a place to put up a colony. They made peace with the natives, but after a poor crop year, the natives gave them less yields from the crop fields. So in an effort to stay alive and not die due to like malnourishment, the mayor John White decided that he was going to leave the colony and go back to England for more supplies, and get more food, more stuff, everything that he needed, right? So he sailed across the ocean and he went back to England, but when he got there, there was a war waged with Spain, so he couldn't go back for another 2 years. But when he did come back, there was like no trace of the colony. Their houses were gone, there was no like sign of any fires recently, there was like nothing, zero clue where anyone went. And he was going to go inspect like the near places, but because of incoming storms, him and his crew went back to England. So no one knows what happened, but I'm here to tell you exactly what happened because I'm just that cool. You guys already kind of knew that though. So first things first, the Roanoke colonists were really friendly with this guy named Manteo. I learned about this guy when I heard about him in a documentary that I watched when I was like 8, and I wanted to learn more about it when I started this project. So I came to ncpedia.org, to an article titled Manteo, written by David Quinn. It's a really cool article. I really like ncpedia.org. You guys should go to that. But basically, the Roanoke colonists were really friendly and close to the Croatoan people. The leader of the Croatoan tribe, Manteo, was even taken on a trip back to England to meet Queen Elizabeth. It's believed that in an act of kindness to save the colonists, help them from like natural disasters and the harms of like living in the New World, Manteo took them back to Croatoan, and they were all kind of like assimilated into the culture. So that's one reason I think they were assimilated. And that kind of brings up my point. I have more information about how the French came and had counts of this. So I got this information from a heritage project called the Tuscarora Eye. It was really interesting, and it was written by Roberta Estes. So this is like a straight quote right here. According to legend, the Tuscarora that says Tuscarora. I can't read, guys. The Tuscarora, on one of their foraging missions to Roanoke, took English women as prisoners and killed most of the men according to custom. They allowed 3 men and 1 woman to go free because they had red and blonde hair, which caused the Tuscarora people to be fearful of their spirits, believing them to be children of a sun god. It's believed that these individuals were taken by the Croatoan Native Americans and intermarried with them, creating the Lumbee of North America. North Carolina? Why? I keep wanting to say North America. I always mess that up, but it's okay. Okay, so yeah, this kind of tells you that the Tuscarora people believes that if what they believe is true to them, then this kind of tells you what the Tuscarora people believe is true to them. So the French came to Croatoan and said that they saw natives with blonde hair and blue eyes, which is kind of like a white people thing. Not gonna lie, I don't know if you knew that, but if the Tuscarora people were being true, they killed off most of the English, and the Croatoan people came and helped them out. So while I was reaching all of this, because at the beginning I didn't have much of a clue about it, well, I actually had a lot of a clue about it, but I hadn't had like a full theory about it. I watched a documentary on the History Channel about these stones that were found in the Chowan River, which was right next to where Croatoan and Roanoke colonies were. So pretty much I got all my beginning information from that documentary. You should go watch it. It was really cool. It's on the History Channel. But I looked more into it, and I went to good old ncpedia.org. I got it from an article called The Dare Stones, written by Kelly Egan and Mike Childs. I love NCpedia. It's really cool. So basically, in 1937, a stone was found in the Chowan River, and it's believed to be made by Eleanor Dare, who is the daughter of John White, who is the mayor of Roanoke. Ooh, holy voice crack. That was kind of crazy. After a couple of years, several more stones were found, but the authenticity, I can't speak, of the stones was challenged because there was one stone found, and then this random tourist came and said that he found like 40 more, just like right in the river for some reason. But in 2015, there was a study done by stoneworkers and archaeologists, and it proved that the stones were not real, but they proved that the first one was real. But the rest of the stones were fake. So the stone reveals that the colonists were planning on moving, but that there would be gravestones where the colonists were buried. And so there's actually two sides to this stone. On the first one, it says, Ananias Dare and Virginia went hence unto heaven, 1591. Anye, Englishmen, Shoe, John White, Governor Via. Ananias Dare was Virginia Dare's husband, and Virginia was the daughter. So this was kind of a gravestone. It had a cross on it. It was found in the Chowan River, and on the back side, it was a letter from Eleanor Dare to John White. It's pretty long. It gives a summary of what happened to them. But a part that really helped me figure out what happened was it said, Mine child and Ananias to slain with much misery, bury near 4 miles east this river upon a small hill, names writ all there on rock. Put this there also. Salvage you this unto you, and hither we promise to give great plenty presents. E.W.D. So E.W.D. is thought to mean Eleanor White Dare, which was her full name. But this stone, you might not have realized what I just said, but it kind of reveals that the colonists were planning on moving. It says that 4 miles east of this river, where most of the colonists were buried. And if we look at the geography between the Chowan River and Croatoan, we see that Croatoan is east of the Chowan River. 4 miles east this river. So, it kind of proves that Eleanor Dare was trying to tell her father where they would be. However, their father never found that stone, so he never went to go see it, right? So the last thing to kind of sum it up is the word Croatoan written on a fence post, right? That kind of crazy, right? This is one of the things that when I first heard about it, I was like, how does this not completely prove what was going on? But the word Croatoan was written on a fence post, and the letters C-R-O were written on a tree. So when John White came back to the colony, he found those. And it's noted that they weren't in danger because there was not a cross carved into the tree or the fence post. And this proves that the colonists were trying to show John that they were safe and moving to Croatoan. And guess where I got this information? Encyclopedia. This article is called Croatoan and is written by Evan W. Phillips. So now you know all about the lost colony of Roanoke and how it was the Croatoan people who took them in under their wing, saved them from old tribes, saved them from famine, saved them from all of this. And I hope that you will look deeper into this because it's actually a really cool topic. This is like one of my favorite things ever. I love history. I love mysteries. I love history mysteries. So this was just really cool for me to watch. Anyways, see you guys later.